Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. As always, I got the Masters crew here with me, Dynasty Al, the Doc. What's up, guys?
How we doing?
What's up?
Real good, excited. We're going to come back and do some of our team fantasy outlooks. I think we've done the Browns, the Bengals,
Tampa Bay.
and
Tampa
Tampa
Bay,
Bay. We're going to be touching on the Seattle Seahawks, kind of looking at their fantasy outlook as a whole, as a team. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, probably like this episode.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm going to start right at the top, the quarterback position. This offseason been a little shaky, seems to have quieted down. Your guys' thoughts on Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson?
Sure, yeah. Obviously, ton of trade buzz the past month or so. I think it's finally, as you mentioned, quieted down. I even saw something just today as we're filming. Carlos Dunlap said that basically Russ has told the team he's not going anywhere. He's there to stay. So with that, I feel good about Russell Wilson. I know his end of the season was, I don't want to say disastrous, but came on really strong, really cooled off towards the end. But I think he's going to look a little more like the first half of the season Russ. Russ will be cooking a little more this year, hopefully, for the whole season. So I feel good about Russ.
Yeah, a lot of Seattle Seahawks fans can breathe again.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Guys out there holding their breath on that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
And DK and Lockett owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting I have DK and Lockett in the league. Started to get real nervous with all those Russ trade rumors, thinking, oh, man.
Yeah. Plus a new offensive coordinator in
Yeah.
town, I believe. So, yeah, anything that can help. Because, yeah, it got a little stagnant towards the end of the year. But, yeah, I feel good about Russell Wilson coming into this year. I think it's going to be more of what we saw at the beginning of last season.
Yeah, probably at least another 5 years of fantasy.
Yeah, I think so.
I would
minimum,
think so, yeah.
Top 5 type of
Yeah.
guy for sure. Especially
Right.
we're going to move on to the receivers. One of the reasons I say he'll probably continue to be a top 5 guy. They just locked up Tyler Lockett on a huge deal. DK Metcalf. The state of the wide receiving core, and maybe a sleeper in that receiving core too.
Yes, I mean, obviously you mentioned the big dogs with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. I think arguably one of the best duos in the league. On top of that, I think they're a dark horse to sign Antonio Brown. So all of a sudden, then maybe that's one of the best trios in the league. If you've got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and AB in the slot, I mean, good luck stopping Russ and stopping them Seahawks receivers, if that's the case. Pure speculation at this point, but
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, there's really not a ton you really even need to say about DK and Tyler Lockett. I mean, DK is an absolute freak of nature. I mean, I just only see him getting better and better as the years go on. And Lockett is about as steady and reliable as it gets, too. Yeah, I think it would be really interesting if they added a guy like Antonio Brown to the mix. I feel like a guy that I think is a dark horse on that offense is someone we'll get to, so I won't talk about him yet. But yeah, I mean, it should be more of the same from the receivers here because those guys are about as good as it gets.
I think I know the dark horse, but
Ooh, we'll
see.
see.
I'm
We'll
pretty
see.
sure, like Russell was the one asking
Yeah.
to sign Antonio
Yeah,
Brown.
exactly. Yeah, I think I saw that in the headlines this week that Russell
me
wants
too.
AB, and then we also saw that Tampa Bay and AB are reportedly kind of far apart on the number.
Right,
so
right.
I could see Seattle swoop in, just trying to keep Russ happy.
what I was
And just
thinking.
let him come in.
I mean, he's been
yeah.
unhappy. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
what better way to bring him another weapon in and then go out and get this guy a offensive line?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, this is one guy they do not want to lose out of everybody on that team.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to the running back position. I'm personally still a little shocked that they brought Chris Carson back.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Leonard Fournette personally.
Yeah.
That's because I have a lot of shares. I'm on my dynasty team. I think it would have been
Right.
a great destination. Having said that, Chris Carson back in Seattle. Your guys' thoughts on Chris Carson for the next couple seasons in fantasy football?
Yeah, honestly, I feel pretty good about him. He's a guy I've never really had much of just because I was never super confident in him. But in redraft leagues, I'd feel pretty good about taking Chris Carson early. I think he's going to be, their workhorse back. And, I love Rashad Penny, but it's hard to, after the deal they gave Chris Carson, it's hard to see Penny or anyone else really cracking into his workload too
Right.
much. So,
Yeah, I agree with that, and especially in redraft leagues for sure. I feel like, Carson's always a guy that's like third, fourth round, and I don't know what it is. I feel the same way about Alec, where I don't usually draft him, but his value in the third, fourth round is great because when he's healthy, he puts together some really big games. It's just usually a point where he finds a way to get injured. So, I mean, if he plays the whole season, he could very easily shock a lot of people and finish with a really strong fantasy season.
Yeah, I could see 2 strong seasons out of Carson. It's something
Yeah.
I've been kicking around in my head that I would consider doing if I was a dynasty owner. sitting on Chris Carson or sitting on one of these upper echelon backs, a Dalvin Cook, someone like that, I would consider going to the Chris Carson owner and maybe offering Dalvin Cook, and then plus a haul of picks.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I do think at running back you'll still be okay for the next year or two.
Yeah,
I don't think you'll get Dalvin Cook numbers,
right, but like sneaky low end RB1 for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I think.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think, especially if you're a rebuild, like looking to rebuild and grab some, because I think a guy will pay you quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
For like Dalvin Cook and give up Chris Carson, maybe 2 ones, a young receiver or something else like that.
Yeah, you should be able to get a haul. So
I would think so. And it's something I would actually consider doing. And then you had one sleeper, or did you talk about him?
I'll let the doc say. I think we're on the same page here.
Tight end?
Yeah, Gerald
Gerald
Everett.
Everett, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I really like Gerald Everett. I really liked him for the Rams too, honestly, and he was part of the reason why I wasn't buying into the Higbee hype a whole lot, because he would be the one that tended to eat into Higbee's targets when he was healthy. And then Everett coming to Seattle, I feel like he's a good fit for this offense because he's a super athletic guy. They don't really need him to block a ton at this point. They need another weapon out there alongside of DK and Lockett. And I think Everett's that guy. He can make a lot of big plays happen, super athletic for a tight end. We've seen him put together some really nice numbers at times with the Rams. It was just a little inconsistent. So I think now being on the field with Lockett and DK opens things up tremendously for him. And, I wouldn't be surprised if he had himself a couple of big seasons in Seattle.
Yeah, I like that, actually. I think he'll be a guy you can get really good value in redrafts.
Yeah, I feel like this is a guy, too, that's not going to get drafted very high because people are just going to say, oh, Gerald Everett, that guy from the Rams that has like 2 good games a year. But, I think he's going to shock some people this year.
I like it, man. I like it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition, talking about your Seattle Seahawks and the fantasy outlook for this upcoming season. Appreciate you for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Looking for a Dynasty League. We got over 600 of them and growing. Never folded a single league. So look no further. Appreciate it. Till next time, that's all we got, guys.